In the previous videos on my channel, I presented you the journey of self-realization, as well as the concept of ikigai, when what you do aligns with who you are. I think this links to work, to career. I also think it explains how alienation can come into play when what you do in the short term is not a representation of who you are in the long term, and the choices you make in the short term are not aligned with the changes you make in the long term. In this video, I want to do a bit of a digression on the topic of work and the difference between a job and a career, which to me has a lot to do with the distinction between ego and consciousness. A job is about the identification with what you do, which can, as a paradox, lead to the alienation of who you are. It is about the reassurance of what is given to you, whether it's money, a title, a task, with no questions to ask. A career instead has a lot to do with creation. It's about what you can scale, meaning what you can nurture and grow. It's a journey, and by definition, it demands of letting go of the known to embrace the unknown. To do so, you have to know who you are. To face what you don't know, you have to know who you are. To get what you don't have by creating it, by being the source of it firsthand. In Italia, people say it's so hard to get a job nowadays. And I guess this is a fact to a certain extent, if you consider the stability factor for sure. I have a double college degree in an area which is not performative at all when it comes to career chances. Yet, as I graduated, I was able to hop on multiple job experiences, maybe not in my studies field, but still, I was able to get multiple jobs. My point is, the problem is not work chances. The problem is that for me, it never lasted because it was never something which felt authentic to me. A career to me is a journey of growth. Something you can scale both inwards and outwards. The fact that I was fired from multiple jobs was a natural blessing in disguise. A form of rejection as redirection. Because I know some people who stay stuck in doing what they don't like just cause. And I also know they end up alienated. On the other hand, I was fired multiple times, not because I was uninterested in what I was doing. In fact, I really tried my best to challenge myself. Yet my bosses would get upset with me because I would ask questions. I was curious about not just what to do, but also how to do it and why things were as they were. My bosses would just demand for employees to do what they were assigned to do without a glimpse of consciousness. They would pronounce patriarchal sentences like, you gotta do this just because I say so. Or you gotta do this because this is how it is always been done. No wonder that the people who applied once I was fired were then sent away too. Listen, I do not intend to present you with some lessons. This is just to reflect. This is all just to say, I feel like some people say they are afraid of AI, for instance, yet some people in certain areas don't want to work with other people. All they want is a robot who does what they say without a human consciousness. Just to reinforce the ego, just to keep things as they were and how they have always been done. However, maybe let me know if you'd like another video about this topic, about work, career. I know this video was just some random thoughts, but let me know if some of this resonates with you in the comments, and I guess I'll talk to you in the next one.